Hello, everyone. Hi, Miss Sasha. Can you hear me, everyone?
Can't hear you, Marlisa. Is it just me?
Oh, you can't hear? Wait, yeah. Okay, right now, can you hear me? Cannot. Okay, that's. Is it okay now? Still not okay.
Oh no, I can't hear you on my end.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Can you say something now?
Hello? Cannot.
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again.
Okay.
Let me try that again.
Okay.
Second. All right, could you try that again, please, Marlisa?
Hi, Miss Sasha.
Yes, I can hear you now.
It's good. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for waiting. We'll start now. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Marlisa. I'm the Junior Program Coordinator for FutureLab. I believe that many of you actually never heard or familiar of FutureLab, right? So what is FutureLab? FutureLab is a Southeast Asia largest online mentorship platform, which have over 20,000 mentees and 3,000 industry mentors that can help you and to get you access to your career development. We aim to bridge the talent gap by connecting youth to industry mentors and to get your job preparation done. How can our mentor helps you to land your dream career? Lastly, they can navigate your career path. They can share any industry insights that you want to know for that particular career. They can also teach you essential skills needed for your job interview or your workplace problems and sort of that. We have 3,000 mentors all across Southeast Asia, and they came from big companies and top companies such as Grab, Deloitte, Shopee, and also PwC. Without further ado, introducing our mentor for today, Ms. Hasha, the Senior Compliance Team Lead from Hayes, Malaysia. Hi, Miss.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Okay, I'll pass the stage to you.
Thank you. I'm just going to quickly start sharing my screen. If you see it, please do let me know. Marlisa, I might need your help because I can't quite see the chat. So if there's anything that's happening, please maybe just give me a heads up.
Okay, sure.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, Marlisa. My name is Hasha, now a FutureLab mentor, and I'm working as a senior compliance team lead at Hayes, Malaysia. We're a recruitment firm, so this topic that I'm about to share with you is very close to my heart and one that I am a strong advocate for. So I will be sharing on how you can build an outstanding resume as a job seeker. So of course, the learning outcomes, right, for this session, guys, I hope your takeaways would be to understand the importance of your resume, grasp the top tips in building an outstanding resume, and how you can sync and elaborate more information onto LinkedIn as an extension of your resume. So getting to the first importance, right, of the resume. The first thing that comes to my mind every time I speak about this is, why do you need one? You can just always speak to someone and, just share directly, right? But you need to showcase your knowledge. You need to showcase your skills and experiences, your expertise. your resume is actually the most important document you'll submit in your job search, among other things. So it's your frontline fighter, so to speak, because it's your first opportunity to kind of really present yourself to your potential employer. I'm going to share with you guys a quick fun fact. So hiring managers and recruiters look at resumes for an average of only 6 to 7 seconds. So can you imagine how quickly that goes? So every second counts. So you need to make sure that a strong resume helps you to really stand out from the crowd, because a weak one would just completely remove you from the running altogether. So do pay attention, because resumes don't get you the job. It only gets you to the interview stage. And always keep your resume as simple as possible. If there is one thing, a standard format that you can really apply, is to make sure it's an Arial point 10. Your titles within the resume could be Arial point 12. Margins across all borders to be 1.5 cm margins. And the spacing between your paragraphs, let it be 1.15 cm. So at the end of this, I hope you do test it out and see why do I say those numbers. Yeah, so you can have direct visibility on the CV. So I would call resume as a CV just to keep it short. I'm equaling up resume to CV as the same thing. Okay, just a heads up. Now, if you go online, guys, there are multiple different structures that you can find on the internet, but the best one would be to always start with your contact information, your professional experience next, your highest education. So you don't need to write anything from primary school, secondary school, kindergarten. I've seen some people putting that in their CV. Keep it to only your highest education, followed by skills, followed by languages you speak, you're proficient. And other information can be like your awards, your accomplishments, the projects that you'd have done as well. So before we deep dive, let's do a quick activity. And I hope you're really enthusiastic in the background. I really can't see videos or pictures of you, but I hope in this quick activity, you'll be able to learn a thing or two. So you will need to find 10 don'ts on a sample CV that I'm about to show you. And once you have identified, I'll be able to, walk us through what are the 10 don'ts, but you'll find out more as we go. So today we'll take a look at Taylor Swift's sample CV. You can unmute yourself, or you can just pop it in the chat, and Marlisa can help identify which one you have, really looked through. I'm going to make it a little bit intense. So remember, 6 to 7 seconds. You have 6 to 7 seconds to identify the don'ts on this CV. Time starts now. Marlisa, if you can keep tap for me, please.
Okay, there's one from W. Oh, actually, he put 2. Don't put picture.
Okay.
Don't put expected salary. Don't put CGPA.
Oh,
and
wow.
From Prasad Mohan, not composed, look scattered. From W again, don't put unrelated work experience.
W, wow, you're really good at this. Thank you, Marlisa. Keep it coming, guys, so you can cross-check with what I have here. So you've gotten the first one absolutely right. Don't include a picture, and we'll find out why shortly. Do check on your side if you've identified the rest as well. So there's grad, there's an error in the spelling, the CGPA is also highlighted. The duration looks a little bit off formatting. Again, spelling error. Irrelevant information here. Salary, please don't include. Someone did mention that, really well done. And references, please do not include your full references on the CV, and you can always share them if the hiring manager or interviewer is requesting for those. All right, which brings me to share with you the top tips in building your outstanding CV. Now, when you talk about building your CV, you first have to look at the do's, right? So let's take a look at that one that I have on screen. Always include a brief cover letter, and you can always put it in an email content as well, which position you are actually applying for. And this will kind of really remove any ambiguity about potential opportunities that you're open to. So as long as you're, putting it crystal clear, that will kind of cut off any other opportunities that you might not want to hear, and really save some time to really narrowing down to the opportunity that you're looking for. The next one is to, of course, include the contact details, right? And you should be doing this error-free, guys, because if you put a wrong information on your, or an extra digit on your mobile number, that is a lot of effort for the recruiter or the hiring manager to reach out to you. So always double check, triple check for any errors, grammatical errors as well. Make sure there is none, because you want to show your credibility. The fourth pointer is to list the information in reverse chronological order. And what that means is your most recent experience, your most latest experience is always at the top, and then you go to the oldest experiences. And highlight achievements, again, awards that you might have received. Include only relevant work experience. Someone did share this just now. Clearly state what kind of employment was that? Was it a part-time position? Was it an internship? Was it a contractual role? So you want to specify those. So it's a bit more clearer onto why certain experiences could show a shorter duration. So for the almost final pointer, include hobbies, volunteer work. There's always another discussion around this. But for now, if you do not have much experiences to showcase or highlight, it's okay to include those volunteer work, include those hobbies, because that I'm going to share with you shortly. The next final pointer here is always list your language capabilities, because we want the hiring manager to know which languages you're really proficient at. Maybe you're really good at speaking Cantonese, which would really help for the job that you're applying for. Sometimes we will see a lot of requirements on a certain language requirement, right? And that's because that job requires you to have that expertise in speaking to those stakeholders in those regions. So include that. How proficient are you? Are you a native speaker? Are you a professional speaker? That would really help identify the level of that language capability. So we have looked at the do's, right? There's a lot more do's, but these are the most crucial ones. Let's take a look at more don'ts, apart from the Taylor Swift CV that you might have identified earlier. Now, don't include a generic cover letter. That takes zero effort. Everything is just copy pasted. And the hiring manager or recruiter would know this. So don't take your time to do that generic cover letter. Don't include picture. Again, we want to mitigate any biases, right? Everyone is just human, but you want to make sure that you are getting that opportunity of your work, of your capabilities, and not of your appearances. Do not include generic objectives. And I see a lot of fresh grads tend to put a lot of non-measurable skills, and that makes it really difficult for the interviewer to understand actually what are your capabilities. So try to avoid that at all costs. I know you might think, okay, to stand out, I want to use really nice graphics. I want to really make the colors pop. Completely do not overuse those graphics and colors. Remember, always keep it simple. We only have 6 to 7 seconds, so that second counts. Do not try to explain your entire degree. So I've seen people on the education that tend to list down what subjects they took. Please do not do that. Always just keep it really simple and direct. So you've completed your bachelor's in accounting, for example. Don't list down the subjects that you've taken during that course of degree. And remember the CGPA just now, someone did mention as well. If it's not top-notch, do not include it. I'm not saying lie about it. There's no, not to say that, but you do not want to include something that could kind of really risk that opportunity of going for an interview because of the CGPA. And again, salary detail is very sensitive, right? Please do not include it on your CV. That is either make or break for you. So you might put a salary detail that's a bit maybe low ball for the job, whereas in reality, the budget for the role could be higher. So you're either risking yourself from getting that opportunity, or you're kind of overcompensating. And the final one, again, do not include full referee details, because you want to be the one in control in understanding where is your status of the application. If you were to put all that information right away, you might not know that the hiring manager interviewer might be reaching out to your referee without letting you know or giving you an update. So always avoid giving the referee details. Okay, any questions so far? I'm just going to take a quick pause. All right, so I'll move on to the next slide. And I do want to share with you that, an outstanding resume or creating that CV is not that difficult to achieve. Though, they are not one size that fits all resumes are unique, right? But the most successful ones follow the same primary method, which is something that I call the 5 C's. Let's take a look at clean, right? Your resume really needs to look great. It should be clean, it should be polished with the right balance of white space to text. As you saw the Taylor Swift CV, it's very concise right in the middle, right? It should not be distracting or overly flashy, and it should only streamline your work experience. So make sure that is prominently displayed. Clear. The next one is make sure your language is unmistakable. Remember, when it comes to your field, you are the expert. It's essential that you use elevated language, but also keep in mind who are your target audiences, who is going to be seeing that CV. And I can tell you one thing for sure. People in HR, they're not always specialists in finance. They're not always specialists in technology or sales or marketing. And make sure you make clear what your experiences were and how other companies can benefit from those. So the third C is concise. Most people can fit a 1 to 2 page resume, and you just have to cut the bloat. Do not put too many things. You can always cut out parts that aren't serving you for a particular role. So for example, if you're applying for a job at a nonprofit organization, then yeah, include that volunteer experience. If not, it's time to cut loose those extras on your resume. And this is only to make room for more work experience that benefit you. The fourth C, use data to quantify everything you possibly can. Because recruiters and hiring managers, right? We love to see hard figures. We want to see how you made an impact within your space. So focus on the processes you've improved, people you've interacted with, stakeholders you have assisted, and all the different data points that surround those, because numbers really, really do talk. Final C already, created. And this is as in created for a specific job description. You need to tailor your resume to different jobs you apply for, because if you think about it, if you have a dynamic background, right, it's essential to use language more targeted to the specific area of your profile. Have a few different versions of your resumes, and that's okay, because we want to highlight different areas of your background. And always try to mirror the language used in the job description to really put your CV up to the yes pile. So these 5 C's, guys, so make sure you try to couple them with some personality, a great summary, a standout LinkedIn profile, which is something I'm going to come into on the next slide. Because at this point in this era, it's not enough to cold apply to any jobs anymore. You need to be cultivating a personal brand, your network, your presence to really stand out and stand apart from the crowd. Because if you think about it, people like to hire people they like. People like to hire people that can work with. So show people your personality and make the best of your skills. Your unique strengths are really shining through with your CV. Any questions within this one so far? No? Okay. So the next point, I'm not too sure how many of you on the call here, you can maybe just put it on the chat. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile already up and running and set up or active on your LinkedIn profile? If you haven't started, you really need to get started if you're looking for a job opportunity, because everything is very easily accessible. We can apply for that quick job on LinkedIn. And I'm a strong advocate for creating a LinkedIn profile. Make sure that you are an all-star profile so that you get recognition. You are being viewed. Your profile is being viewed. So if you haven't yet created that LinkedIn profile, time to do so later after this session. So now if you want to have this more details to share, right, guys, then use this LinkedIn as an extension of your resume. On the next slide that I have, you will see what you can add to your LinkedIn profiles. So on this one, I have just grouped 5 things that you can add to your LinkedIn profile. You can add your completed projects in a video format, because this would really help bring it to life. It's far more interesting to see a video than to read out something from a CV. So try to always compile your projects that you've done, put it in a video format, and display that on your LinkedIn. So remember how we kept all the information on the CV really concise, right? Really concrete, concise, but you may want to share a little bit more the detailed experiences. So you can put that on your LinkedIn as well. This one, you do not have to shy away, put exactly what is it that you wanted to share. And you might have amazing recommendations from your classmates, people you have completed projects with. Any part of your activities that you've been demonstrating leadership qualities within those projects, you can certainly get that displayed on LinkedIn, get people to say, how was it? Was it a pleasant experience working with you? How much did they enjoy working with you? Because again, you want to really shine through, right? Now, the fourth one is the skills. So you just have listed your skills on your resume, but on LinkedIn, you can have it endorsed by your network, people you've worked with, who can vouch, oh, that is Jane's strong skill. She's really good with Microsoft Excel. Remember, for the job, if you're going for a job that requires Microsoft Excel, that kind of really vouch for you to be in the running for that position. Now, the final one is something that is unique, that can really help you in bringing it to a conversation. So you can share your causes that you advocate for, that you're strongly passionate about, because apart from the information on your CV, which is very professional, keeping it strictly to business, this information on your causes, you never know. You might share the same passion with the hiring manager, with the interviewer. You might hit it right off during the interview session, because you might have the same views and causes that you might be passionate about. So include that information in as well to really have that opportunity to put it a little bit higher, top notch. Yeah. So you might be surprised. With that, we have come to the end of the session. I wanted to really keep this crisp and clear so that's not too overwhelming when you're creating your resume. And I do want to open the floor for Q&A. Marlisa, do we have any questions already? Feel free to ask anything you might have, guys. At the same time, if you can also put in the feedback form onto the chat, if you feel like there could be pointers that could have been improved, what you enjoyed most during the session, what your takeaways were, it would be good to share that in the feedback form.
Yeah, sure. I'll send the link for the form later. Okay, Miss from W.
Okay.
Is a CV same as a resume?
So yeah, remember during the session, I did say I wanted to keep it really simple, but a CV is actually a curriculum vitae, which is a different format altogether, but I just wanted to keep the resume word short from CV. I hope that clarifies, W. Was there any more?
Okay, we have one from Adlina Reza.
Okay.
He said, as a fresh grad who only has internship experiences, is it better to put my education first or still better to put experiences first?
That's a good question.
Okay, that one first. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm going to use my example. Yeah. When I was doing my internship still at school, I needed to finish final semesters. I did put my internship experience first. And then I put my education, because I wanted to show that I'm actually making that effort to keep myself busy, enter the working world. So it's always good to have your internship experiences first as well.
Okay, and then she continues, is it better for a resume to be 1 or 2 pages?
This is a tricky one, isn't it? How can you, depends on how much of information that you have. Again, with that 6 to 7 seconds, it can go up to maximum 2 pages. You can fit it in 2 pages. But if you do not have a lot of information to share, please don't add on something that might not serve your purpose. So if your resume is really brief, simple, it's okay to be 1 pager. But if you have a lot of projects or something that would help you push for your position within that company, then it's okay to make it into 2 pages. Do we have any more
Now, Miss,
questions?
we have like a few questions from our previous sign up process. Okay,
Okay,
I'll read it to you, yeah. The
sure. Yeah.
first one is from Muthu Kumaran.
Mhm.
Okay, the question is, what is lacking in the resume of students who are seeking an internship?
Good one, Madhukumaran. From what I've seen, I am hiring for internships, and sometimes I do see that they might not want to share any extracurricular activities that they might have done, because this is a time for you to showcase what you might have demonstrated. Were you a chairperson for that particular committee? Were you the one executing an employer project? So you need to share those information, and I think sometimes they might not want to share that, or I feel like sometimes they might like, oh, it's a bit too much to write, or how am I going to put it together? How am I going to structure it? Get started somewhere, share that with someone for them to proofread. Get someone completely who's unrelated to you. Hey, you can, use your lecturer, for example. Can you look at my CV and what do you think about it? Get feedback. That's really helpful.
Okay, now from the comment chat, from the
Mhm.
chat, we have Siti asking
Okay.
that last time I joined another workshop about resume preparations from other recruitment company. They
Mm.
said we need to add photo because in Malaysia, most companies require that. Should we put or not?
Yeah. So during the session, I did say that we want to mitigate any biasness. So for the first time, if you're sending that CV across to the hiring manager, right? And then if they request send across your picture, then you send it as a separate information. Because I feel most of the time, unless you're going for a career modeling career, then of course you need to include that picture, but otherwise keep it only to your experiences. At this point in time, we are moving to a lot of organizations having that diversity, inclusion, and equity within the organizations. What this means is we want to make sure everyone has that equal opportunity for that position, depending on their experiences and expertise that they can bring to the table. To keep it simple, omit putting that picture unless requested, just like your references, right? If it's requested, then you share your picture. But of course, most of the time, if you already have your LinkedIn profile synced, if you already have a picture on your LinkedIn profile, it's visible. So it's not something that I would hardcore put on the CV, but that's a very good question.
Okay, I guess we have the next question from Anusha.
Mhm.
How to write the experiences without writing too much of detail?
Oof, I wish you gave me more examples, Anusha. How do you write experiences without going into too much detail? So first and foremost, I would want to understand, how would you write your experiences? Would you put it in an essay form, or would you put it in a bullet point? The best way to do it is, of course, put it in bullet points, because again, you have 6 to 7 seconds of the hiring manager getting your attention. And how are you going to put if it's really, really lengthy? What are the core responsibilities you have done? Do not try to add on like ad hoc stuff that you might have performed. So for example, in your internship experience, if you have come up with an energizer once for the 3 months of the duration, do you want to add that in your bullet point as a description? Conducted team energizer. So you want to see what experiences that really would kind of shine through and show that you did a lot more work than what you might have put across on the paper. I hope that's not too confusing. Did you kind of catch that, Anusha?
I think she just left.
Oh no. Okay.
She's not here anymore. Yeah. Okay, and then I think it's the last one from our application form from
Okay.
Selvandraj Tomaraja. The question is, what makes a resume stand out when technically they look the same with each other?
Wow. Wow, that's a strong question. How would you make it stand out when they look the same? This is kind of making me think. You really caught me, Salokumar. Now, I'm thinking of myself. as a hiring manager, right? I have been interviewing people myself. I do get a lot of CVs that come to me on a day-to-day basis. They may look the same. You're right. You know, how far off can you go away from someone? But again, how much of information or same information that other person might have? Maybe those who are on the call here might have similar CVs or resumes that you might put across because you've heard, you know, some presentation on it. But again, there's always a reason. There could always be a pointer that would make you stand out. It could be from your experiences. It could be how you might have articulated your skills or any achievements that you might have gotten. So there's always one or two points that will make your CV stand out. Again, always connect your CV with a LinkedIn profile. That is the only way that you might be setting yourself apart from the rest, because you might have an extension, a recommendation that might not be on the other person's CV compared to yours. So try that option, Silakumar, and let me know how you get along with that. Do we have any more, Marlisa?
Again from Adlina Reza. What is the recommended length for an objective or personal statement?
I would not have more than 3 sentences if you're making it as a paragraph essay form. You would always want to say what your expertise lie in, what you have done, which stood out for you, and what you'll be doing next. So keep it to not more than that, Adlina. Do we have more? Keep it coming, guys. I think you learn more by asking questions. You might also take a look at your own CV and try to, you know, have those comparisons to what has been shared.
Do you guys have any other questions to ask Ms. Hasha?
Is it okay if I stop sharing my screen?
Yeah,
So that I can
it's
see
okay.
a little bit more. All right.
Okay. The new one from CP. After send my resume, I got the interviews but did not get the offer or move on to the next step.
Yeah, and that's always the toughest, right? And you might feel like, oh, why did that happen to me? Or what could I have done better? Again, remember, as I shared during the session earlier, the CV only gets you up till the interview. How you perform during the interview, how you're able to carry yourself, how you're able to ask questions, answer questions, that is entirely up to you, your capabilities, your credibility. So you need to always try to do some practice. If you're working with a recruiter, and this is something that I can, you know, share with you instantly. If you're working with a recruiter, they would always, at least for the company that I work for, we would always prepare our candidates. Hey, if you're going for an interview, you would always want to explain or share or articulate in this manner. They will be able to give you some tips as well on what questions you can anticipate from what the hiring manager would have asked them beforehand. So again, how you perform during the interview is something that you might need to maybe polish a little bit more, maybe buckle up a little bit more, ask really strong questions that the interviewer, like what you've kind of asked some of me, right? Some of you have asked me, those are really good questions. So try to really ask strong, solid questions, and not just for the sake of, you know, getting them like, oh my God, I'm thinking twice, but you would want to appear in a way that you are able to think forward, think ahead. I do see another thing. Do you provide interview prep? That's the most difficult part. I have shared this. Maybe for Lisa, if we can have another session for interview prep. Siti, was it Siti? Or yeah, Siti will really be appreciative of that session. We do provide interview prep. I will work with Marlisa and the team in coming up with this topic. All right.
Okay, Miss Hasha, this one come personally from me, my questions. Okay, I'm actually have an accounting background. I
Okay.
have ACCA background,
Mhm.
but currently I want to change to what I'm doing right now. I want to do event management or program management, program
Yeah.
coordinations. So in my
Yeah.
resume, is it okay for me to put my experiences in my extracurricular that more than my, my curriculum
It's
details?
yeah. If I heard it correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm hearing what you're saying is you are an ACCA background and you want to have a career change, yeah, to event management. So during the session, I did share that, have different versions of your CV. Sorry, resume. Let me keep it directly. Have a different version of your resume because you want to showcase which position that you want to go for. So in this instance, Marlisa, if you're passionate about event management, then highlight scopes within the event management that you have done. You might want to maybe put that as your next point after the summary, for example, to really go towards that direction. And when you're sending that CV out in that email, clearly specify that, I'm looking forward to an event management role, though I have a ACCA background. It would be a shocker for someone to see that complete transition. But again, it'd be a really good conversation to have. What made you change your mind from an ACCA background to doing this? And that's when you share, when I was performing this activity, I really found it enjoyable, strongly passionate about, kind of really sets you apart then.
Okay. But what if I don't have much experience on accounting background, but I want to go for my accounting job? Since I
Oof,
have a lot of experience in event, right? Sorry.
yeah. You might then need to start, okay, this is reality. It's a harsh reality, but this is something that happens quite often as well. If you are completely shifting industries and you have no experience within the industry, you might need to start from scratch. It might be an internship, it might be a management program. It's okay to take it for that experience because that's what's going to help you moving forward. But if you're able to accept that I did not do this, but this is something that I'm really passionate about, then you would be, opting for those opportunities within that industry that you're keen in. Yeah, I have seen people who had went through that. It was not easy, but I did see them come out from it, and they are more than happy, thinking that it was a good decision to pick that up from scratch. And that's okay, right? You might not feel like, oh my God, I need to get ahead. Everyone has their own timeline. You will have your own timeline. So do not compare yourself to, oh, I wasted time picking up this. It's all an experience, right? It comes with life. So don't feel like, oh, I should have started this sooner. Yeah.
Thank you, V. I think that's all from me lah, my questions. Do you guys have any other questions?
Does anyone on the call? Oh, someone asked a question. Adina, yeah? Could you share what we should put in our cover letter? I've been told it should be personal and also, um, I just lost. Oh my God, what happened? It just went off. So sorry. I lost you guys for a while. I'm back now. So could you share what we should put in our cover letter? I've been told it should be personal and also describe your experiences in more detail. Yes, cover letter should be something that is strictly demonstrating what is it that you're going for, what role you're going to go for. So for example, let's use examples. Yeah, event management. That's the first thing I could think about because Marilisa spoke about it just now. Say you want to go into event management. So your cover letter should describe, if you have taken courses for event management, then include that. I have taken up this 3-month course on event management, and completing it, I have participated in or worked in an event company. So explain that, and you should be okay with your cover letter. So keep it really, really simple. Again, nothing too lengthy, nothing too elaborate on the cover letter. It should be crisp so they understand, okay, I picked up event management course, did some events. This person is capable of doing certain things within those events role. If that's something that fits the job description, that's what you should be putting onto your cover letter. If it's something that you have practiced, Again, please do not lie on your cover letter, do not lie on your CV, because when it comes to a point of you actually doing the job, you might get caught, right? So make sure that you're not you're explaining exactly what is. I hope that helped you, Adlina. Guys, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you want me to review your resume, if you want some extra tips or to understand a little bit more. I'm more than happy to connect with you on LinkedIn, so feel free. All right. We do have 20 minutes, so if anyone needs anything, we'll still be around. Otherwise, what else do we have planned, Marilisa?
We just have, if we don't have any other questions, we can close this. I will close the session. Is it okay with you? Is anyone have last minute questions? Okay, wait, yeah, okay. There's one.
All right. For a lot of applications, I don't really get a follow-up or rejection. And I know how this one feels like. Again, this is something a recruiter or hiring manager should have that, I would say, conscious of telling them if it's a no, it's a no. At least you get to move on, right? That's a closure there. How long should you wait? I would just want to check with you, Adlina. Do you always, after attending an interview or an application, do you follow up first? Do you say, hey, it's been a week. I'd just like to check in on my status of application? If you do not, if you're asking me how long you should wait, always, if that position just opened up, just posted 24 hours, you want to give it 48 to 36 hours. With the company I work for, we're very quick, we're very fast-paced. Usually recruitment agency, we're very fast-paced. So we would come back within 24 to 48 hours. Otherwise, if it's a company directly, give it a week. I would not say more than a week. You should at least give them some time to review, because there could be a lot of CVs, right? And there could be a lot of applications. So a week should be fine. Always hear a no before you assume you didn't make it through, because you never know. It might have been just at the bottom. You could be the perfect fit. So don't give away until you hear a no.
Okay, I think we can have one last questions. Anyone?
Just before the last question comes in, if your guys are in your second year, right? You still have one more year or one more semester left in college. I did share this on my LinkedIn post once, that start treating college like you would work. Treat your team members like they're your clients, like they are your customers. Treat your lecturers like they're your clients, and you have those deadlines. Make sure that you're, hitting them, and you're literally treating your final semester, your final year like work. That would really give you a head start when you join the actual working world. If you're joining a corporate organization or an MNC, then you would need that head start as soon as possible. So give a think and see if you can incorporate that into practice.
Okay.
Marisa, you want mute? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be sharing my screen now.
Sure.
Okay. I know that everyone wanted to speak more to Miss Hasha.
Yeah,
about,
feel free.
yeah. Do we have another questions? Yeah, since we have another question, I think we can take that.
So W is asking how to know who to send my resume to if I'm planning for an internship. So the first thing that I would think about is your university. I'm sure every university have their career services. They know which organizations are in collaboration with them. That would be the first place you go to, W. So think about that one. The other one, I would say on LinkedIn, there's a lot of opportunities or job posts. It could be even on Facebook groups as well, if I'm not mistaken. I know there are still certain individuals who would post internship opportunities on Facebook. That would be one place. If you have a specific organization that you are looking forward to join, then you would want to reach out to them directly. So go to their website, see what's their contact point, and then reach out to them directly. If you are looking to join an internship, I'm not too sure if I can do a quick advertisement, but at Hayes, we are always looking for interns, especially for my team. So feel free to even send your CV to me and I'll get you in touch with our talent acquisition team.
Okay.
All right.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I know everyone wants to speak more to Miss Hasha. Actually, you guys can speak also to other mentors that can help you with your career. Because today we have career package special for all of you that are in this mentor class. If you're looking for your first job, our mentor can help for your career consulting, can help to review your CV and also help you build a powerful LinkedIn profile, just like what Ms. Hasha has shared. We will give you 100 ringgit discount for today. From 300 ringgit, it's only 200 ringgit. And not only that, you can also have access to our career resource library and also CV and cover letter template. And if you are already a working professional, we have advanced plan for you. You can have 2 times interview practice with your chosen mentors. And for today's price, it's only 650 ringgit. Also, you get access to our career resource library, our CV and cover letter template, and also career interest quiz and report, so that it's help people who want to change your career journey. You know, you want to know, oh, I like what I did. I didn't like HCCA. I didn't like accounting. I like event management more. So I think this is very helpful to those who are in the same condition as me. If you're interested, then just scan the QR code here. I think I will leave here for a while for you to scan the QR code and be an early bird today to get this price. Okay. Okay, before we end, it's really great to hear for us to hear your feedback. Just scan the QR code below or just use bit.ly/Hasha. We really appreciate your feedback so that we can do better for you next time. Okay, I'll also put the link in the chat box. Okay. Okay, here. Oh, sorry.
Yes, guys, on the feedback, right? It's really important to share what you might want to hear more as well. So please do take the time to fill this up. I think it's less than 5 minutes, really.
Yeah. Okay, you can do that now or later. I think the last one is thank you, Ms. Hasha, for your time today, for the very great explanations. You're very calm. You're very passionate to answer all of the questions, including mine.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I believe that you're helping most of us a lot because resume and CV is like the first crucial thing in our job searching, job finding, right? So actually that's very great to have these sessions today with you.
You know, when I think about myself during my time, right, I wish I had something like this. So if there's any opportunity that I can help anyone on the call, please reach out to FutureLab and reach out to me as well.
So everyone, if you're interested to speak more to Miss Hasha or another mentor, you can sign up for the plan or sign up in FutureLab instead. Yeah. Okay, before we end, could we possibly take pictures together? Those who can open your camera. Yeah. Okay. And one more that can open your camera so that we can take picture for today. Yeah. Hi, Adelina. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. I'll take one. Yeah. Ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. Also W. Hi. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's very great to see all of you today. Hope we can meet again in future sessions. Maybe probably with Miss Hasha again for part 2.
We know.
Okay,
Thank you
everyone.
so much, Marlisa, for moderating and really setting a strong start and ending as well. And thank you everyone for participating in this with your questions. I look forward to more. Have a great evening.
Okay, have a great evening, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Hasha.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.